Welcome to CTV1 Community Pillar of Success show. I'm your host, Earl Sparrow Jr., and we have a special guest in the house. She's a matriarch of Lee County. She's a person that you need to know when you get in trouble or you got the world going against you or something going on. This is one of the first people name out of you're going to hear is talk to Dr. Chapman. Dr. Shirley Chapman is one of the people that I had to turn to when I was two times, and she was there for me. And we're going to talk with her about where things are going, how things have got to where they are now, how things were in the past. And she was sharing some stories with me before we went on camera. And it's going to have a great show. And I hope you tell your friends, tell your neighbors, and share this on your social media outlets. Yeah, Dr. Shirley Chapman in the house, and we'll be right back.
The City of Fort Myers has supported new and early-stage businesses by providing a location and technical assistance to new business owners. Tenants also have access to free business consulting, professional receptionist office, free Wi-Fi, 2 conference rooms, a large training room, copier and fax. Many new businesses now operating successfully have had their start at the Southwest Florida Enterprise Center. If you have a business idea, call 239-321-7085 and come join us.
Hey, did you hear about churchgossip.net?
Listen up! There's an exciting new place where you can get all the latest tea in church news. It's called churchgossip.net. At churchgossip.net, you'll find anything from outrageous pastor scandals to what your favorite gospel artist is up to, even a few opinion and inspirational pieces. You name it, churchgossip.net will have it. So come check us out. Tell a friend and a family member about churchgossip.net, and don't forget to like and share our page. churchgossip.net, the #1 source for all your church tea.
Hi, my name is Janet, spokesperson for CTV Public Access. CTV Public Access was created and designed for you to showcase yourself, product, service, event, mini talk show, or spiritual sermon. We help you do that through video marketing. In fact, text and audio is becoming a thing of the past, and with social media, this has become much easier for you to post a video. Everyone can look professional. Marketing numbers say that people only retain about 10% of what they hear, 20% of what they read, and a whopping 70% of what they see and hear. You got it! Video is the only way to go. With CTV Public Access, we make access to professional cameras and lighting easier for you. So forget about buying expensive equipment and hiring staff to do your production. We have everything you need. And at only $25 for a 10-minute slot, you have nothing to lose. So let's get you started by contacting us at 239-400-1088. Leave name, number, and idea you have. We'll get back to you within 24 to 48 hours. CTV Public Access. Easier access to professional video production for everyone.
I was recently in an auto accident. Do I have a case?
If the accident was someone else's fault and you were injured, then yes, you have a case. As a matter of fact, even if you were partially at fault for the accident, you may still have a case. So give me a call.
Let me tell you, hey y'all, the words that you got someone tell you to grow up and give up on your dream. Hey y'all, so don't.
Thank you for, I ain't calling you a shadow puppet master or nothing like that, but from a person from the back that has your support. And I thank you. I appreciate that. And
Yeah.
you're one of the reasons I'm kind of still here.
Yeah.
We talked about that too.
Yeah.
Woo,
well,
it's rough.
Yeah, it is, and you're quite welcome. But it behooves me to do all I can to impact and make a difference. And I've been here, I was not born here, but I've been here since I was 8 years old. I came here in 2nd grade. And so I've gone up through the system, and I've been very observant of what's going on in the system and what's still going on. And I just have to do what I can to impact and make a difference.
Well, let's talk about that. You are a retired educator, principal, been on the public side, in the public charter side, and for this county, I think I can count on this hand, on a few fingers of this hand, specifically on the high school level, African Americans that are serving leadership as the principal. What do we need to do to up that and get that started? Well, Ms. Watson said Lee Middle School, Lehigh Acres Middle School, Lambs. She just recently became even a secondary middle school principal. What do we need to do to get African Americans to serve in leadership like you did?
Well, first of all, we need to stop fooling ourselves. And we need to, and the people that are in charge need to really look at what's going on and what they're doing. Because there are a lot of people that are qualified, but for whatever reason, they don't seem to sometimes not even get an interview. And if they do get an interview, they seem to be the least likely to be hired. That's something that needs to be worked on. That's something that we are working on as first vice president of the NAACP, but more so as the education chair. We are working on that. As a matter of fact, we have a meeting on April 6th with the new superintendent. And that's one of the things that we're going to address. I know that they talk about recruitment outside of the county, but when you have people within the county that are qualified and ready to work, why are you going somewhere else until you have taken care of somebody that's already here? You know, it's easy to talk about what you're doing, but let's see some evidence.
Yeah. I think it's very sad, and I think it's past time for us as African Americans in this county to call a spade and say, listen, Lee County School District School Board has no problem with an African American principal being at ALC, Central and West. No problem. You got a street going there. No problem there. But North Fort Myers, oh no. Mariner, no. Riverdale, oh my God, no. Lehigh, no. But when it comes to, especially in this county, and again, I'm not from here, so I have a different view of things since I've moved here 14 years ago. When it came to interim superintendents, it was done in-house. When it came to interim police chief, it was done in-house. Interim anything, it's done in-house. But when it comes to recruitment for upward mobility for African Americans in this county, we need to look. We need to go and open up a nationwide search, which is kind of spitting in the face of the qualified people here. And like, you know, we don't have any qualified people here, so we got to do a nationwide search if we want to get the best person in. No.
I will tell you that Mr. Middlebrooks was principal at Riverdale for several years until he retired. So, so he did break through that barrier. And Mrs. Ida Baker was principal at Cape High for years. As a matter of fact, she was principal at Suncoast. It was a new middle school, and then she transitioned over to Cape High. So there have been a few.
But how many years? How many? Who stepped in and filled that gap when she stepped down? Would another? I ain't saying that another African American had to take over Cape High or Riverdale, but like, is any besides? I'll say Carl Burnside in 2000 became principal at Dunbar, but besides him, in 2000, how many other? I'm saying the last 16 years, how many blacks have become a high school principal or a middle school principal? In your thinking, I'm thinking maybe 5.
Yeah, probably another story for another day that would take much longer than your program. But yeah, I understand what you're saying, and something needs to be done about it, and that's some of the discussions that we will be having.
It's very, very, very sad that I had maybe 3. I had 3 black teachers from kindergarten. My wife picks on me all the time when I say kindergarten until high school. And one was in middle school, and the other 2 were in high school. Do you see those? I know there's a problem, and we're gonna go to break in a few minutes because I know this is gonna take a more than 2-minute answer. But like minorities being shown in leadership, being shown as a teacher, they have no problems hiring minorities as a assistant teacher or a bus driver or assistant bus driver. That's no problem. But being in leadership here, and how do we address actually crack that shell open and really deal with why blacks aren't filling these roles in this county?
That's a $64 million question. And that's one it'd be wonderful to come up with an answer for. To be absolutely honest with you, I told my classmates, and I've told others that will listen, I am very grateful that I graduated from a segregated school. I graduated from Dunbar High School in 1964, prior to all the desegregation, and what an impact it made. Because in addition to the academic, all of the learning that I received, I also was taught pride in ourselves, more about ourselves. And we didn't get Black History just in February. We got it along the way. And when I think about what all my forefathers and foreparents had to deal with, it motivated me to be better. And until we understand our past, we're going to have difficulty heading to our future.
Well, we're going to stop right there. We're going to put a pin in it. We're going to go and have a word from our sponsors. And we're going to come back and we're going to talk about a way forward. We're going to just thank you for your service with NAACP and the chair for the education. We'll be right back. CTV1, Pillars of Success. Don't go anywhere.
The City of Fort Myers has supported new and early-stage businesses by providing a location and technical assistance to new business owners. Tenants also have access to free business consulting, professional receptionist office, free Wi-Fi, 2 conference rooms, a large training room, copier and fax. Many new businesses now operating successfully have had their start at the Southwest Florida Enterprise Center. If you have a business idea, call 239-321-7085 and come join us.
Let me tell you, hey y'all, hey y'all, hey, the words that you got someone tell you to grow up and give up on your dreams. Hey y'all, so
Hello, I'm James Middlebrooks with the Community Press. I'm here to let you know that we have a community paper that is just going all around Fort Myers, Florida. I have 3 other people that are working with me, and that is Veronica Barber, Pablo Williams, and we call him Bodie, who is our circulation manager. We are working for you. We want you to know that this is the community paper for us. We want to put stories about what's happening, good stories about what's happening in our community. We want to do things on the local level, on the state level, on the national level, but we are sincerely about the local level.
Happy New Year and welcome to Tax Care. We are located at 2227 Fowler Street in Fort Myers. Come see us and get your huge refund. Have you ever been somewhere and felt like you didn't get the refund you deserve?
Come see us.
Have you ever been somewhere and felt like they ripped you off?
Come see us.
Have you ever gone somewhere and gotten your taxes prepared and then gone back to get your refund and they had moved?
Come see us.
Come see us and get your huge refund. We are waiting on you.
Hablo en español.
Hello, my name is W. Earl Sparrow, and I'm excited to be the new host of Pillars of Success. Please tune in every Saturday morning at 9 a.m. only on CommunityTV1.com.
Let me tell you, hey y'all, the words that you got someone tell you to grow up and give up on your dream. Hey y'all, so
Welcome back to CTV Politico. Oh my goodness, CTV Politico. Wow, that was a blast from the past. We're going to edit that out. CTV Pillars of Success. I'm Earl Sparrow, your host, and once again we have the matriarch. That's your new name. Oh, on this side. You're going to get a new name over in glory. It's yours, it's yours, it's yours. But I'm talking about why you're still here in this realm, the matriarch, Dr. Chapman. And again, we want to thank you for so many years of service, public education. Thank you so much for showing people that through what you did and accomplished with Lee Charter Middle School, Lee Charter Academy, it wasn't just a middle school, that you can get things done. There's no excuses. Put your head down, work, keep your hands on the plow, hold on, and keep going, and you'll get it. And I appreciate, again, you being there for me when I needed you when I was a teacher. I put 10 years into this district, and I have the scars to show over here and right here. I got hit in the head. No, I just kidding. But thank you so much for what you're doing and for continuing to fight for minorities in Lee County, especially with the system the way it's set up. Let's just call a spade a spade. This county has never had a person sniff a school board position, a board member. We have 2 running now in 2 different districts, Mr. Derek Donnell and Mr. Daly are running for this time, and we wish them most success as possible. But you know, tell us what would a victory for one of those guys or both of them mean to you?
You know, it's kind of like what I said when I was assistant principal at Colonia Elementary School, and we were having some difficulties and needed to get some of the parents in. And I would say to the dads, because I made home visits, I know that was unusual, but I needed to do it to try to save some children. And I said to the dad, just show up. You don't have to do anything but show up and sit in the meeting, and I'll take it from there. And just a person of color on the board is going to make a huge impact. Just being there. You know, we almost had somebody there when Mr. Middlebrooks ran. I think he lost by like 250 votes because we did not go out and vote. we were waiting for the next election. And so we need to be careful. A lot of what's going on now can be avoided if we could get more parental participation. I know everybody's excited about prayer, and I know what prayer can do because of what it's done for me. I know what prayer can do. But parents, it's time for you to wise up. Parents need to get more involved. And I know a lot of them feel uncomfortable when it comes to going out to the various schools because they walk into a school building and they don't see anybody that looks like them unless it's a custodian or somebody in the cafeteria. Yeah, that needs to change, yeah, and a few paraprofessionals because they feel like when it comes to us, we are good with the discipline. That's why they have no problem with the ALC schools, etc., and with us being there. But we need parents to wake up and realize they need to take a part. And ask somebody. If you don't know, if you need some help, want somebody to come with you to attend, speak up about it. You know, we'll be more than happy to do what we can to impact and make a difference. As we've got to save our children. And I think if somebody would check the record, a lot of the children that are getting in trouble, a lot of them that we've lost with all of this gun shed, a lot of them probably went through ALC. And once you go into alternative learning and you get in trouble there, you get sent to the juvenile system and one thing leads to the other. Then they become dropouts and then we go the same rehashing again. And we've just got to do something. And prayers are fine. But now we need prayers to take on legs and get to walking and doing some things to impact to make a difference with our children.
It's about faith without works.
Yeah.
Faith without works.
Yeah.
There was a story, and I know you've dropped the mighty word sometimes as First Lady. It's a woman of God yourself about there was a flood. There was a flood, and this man was sitting on his roof. Guy came by in a boat, said, "Come on, man, let's go. It's a flood." He said, "No, I'm good. God got me." Then the guy came came by in a helicopter and said, "Hey, water's, you're gonna drown, man. You gotta jump on here. Come on, let's go." "No, God's gonna send somebody for me." Then when he ended up drowning, then he had an attitude with God. "Why you didn't send somebody for me? I was waiting on you." He said, "Well, I sent 2 people."
Yeah, yeah.
So faith without works, you gotta take that step. You're not gonna take that step, then it's on you.
Yeah.
But I say a prayer for my daughter's teachers because my wife being an educator and myself being an educator, we know how the game is played.
Yeah.
We know that there are some leniencies. Now I can tell you a story. One of my white kids caught an attitude, cussed me out, told me off. I said, "All right, you done? See you later." She went to the little principal's office. I ain't gonna tell you what school. Came back smiling about 7 minutes later. My kid's looking at me like, what just happened? If I would have did that, I'd have been in at least ISS for the rest of the period. What happened? And that just confirmed, that little smug smile on her face said, the rules are different from me. And I tell you, we check on my daughter's work, we check on her email, we check and see if she got a 0. We know she turned the paper in or whatever. We're on top of it. So that probably intimidates some teachers, but some teachers might appreciate it. But we're in it. We're not in it for them.
That's right.
We're in it for my daughters.
That's right.
They need to make sure I am their advocate.
That's
I know what's going on. I know that little whatever talk and all that other side stuff. And my wife being an educator too, same thing. If there's a IEP is going on and it hasn't been done properly, she said, "I ain't going. I'm not involved with that. I'm not going to put my name on it. I'm not signing it. No, it's not right." And I know you've seen all of that stuff and had those situations as a principal yourself. So you got to show up to a fight. You got to know that those kids are going to be, they're not going to, you are the advocate. They can't speak for themselves.
And if it's a time that's not convenient for you, let them know it's not a convenient time for you. I mean, we have working parents, and they need to be sure it's okay for them to get off or whatever the situation is. So they need to let them know, no, I want you to schedule a meeting when I can be there, because that's very important. I know when I was at one particular school, and a part of my responsibilities, I was an assistant principal, was to be over the ESC. And they used to hate to see me coming to meetings, to the staffings, because they said, oh no, they figure if I'm coming to the staffing, the child is not going to qualify. But that was not the case. The case was we want to be sure that this is necessary, because too many of our children have labels on them. And a lot of those labels should not be. But when parents are laid back and whatever goes, goes, and they're signing off, you know, they're infringing on their children's opportunities.
There was a student I had, and she was smart as a whip. She was in my keyboard class. She was awesome. I saw that she was on the ESOL track. I saw the IEP thing, but I was like, why do you have an IEP? She said, but her mom was second ESOL. I mean, her mom was didn't really understand that. She could speak well. Her homework, she had all A's. And I was like, why are you doing this? And the next thing she said, she was, I started asking some questions, and then pretty soon the girl was out of my class, and she was doing work study at a McDonald's. I was like, what are you doing work study there? But I mean, it was so, that kind of opened my eyes to like, why you shouldn't be in here. And her teacher said, yeah, she's the smartest person. She helps other kids in their class with their homework stuff. So, but the parents don't know. You don't know what you don't know.
That's right.
And what people don't know, just kids that have those ESOL and all these other arrangements, the school gets extra money.
That's right.
For this. So
that's right.
Until you take that same thing with the how do I say it? The advanced placement classes, dual enrollment classes. That's money in that.
Yeah.
That helps with the school grade. It doesn't care. They don't care if your kid gets a D or an F in that class. The fact that they had that class offering bumps up the school grade, and it gets more money for the school because they need money too.
Yeah.
So a lot of our kids are falling in those traps.
Yeah.
And it's not right. And I know you're fighting, and every time you hear about something like that, the NAACP jumps on them.
Yeah, but a lot of times people won't come to us. And when we hear about things, we can't just go barge in. You have to come and ask for the assistance. I've offered the same thing to other people that that's not involved when it comes to the NAACP. Just as a humanitarian, I'm willing to do what I can to help, because we need to save our children. And my priority is making an impact and a positive difference with children. And until we can do that, we're headed down the wrong road.
This education is key. Education is key. But long as the school prison pipeline is still going, long as African American kids and Hispanic kids are suspended and expelled at rates way higher than other races,
it's leading right to the pipeline. That's one of our goals at the NAACP. That pipeline to prison, we're trying to impact and make a difference with that. That's why sometimes I just show up at ALC and other places. And of course, we need more people to be involved if we're going to impact and make a difference.
How does the NAACP reach out to teachers or educators and let them know what's available?
Well, we have open enrollment, number one. And number two, we have never turned down anybody because they were not a member. Membership is very, what I call cheap, because it's $30 for the year. But there are some people that are just so private that they don't want to share anything. And those persons we can't help. But if you have an issue, you need to come so that we can impact and help you to make a difference and at least hear what's going on and maybe offer some suggestions or what have you. But a person has to have the initiative to come forward.
When does the NAACP meet? Because that was something that I didn't really know about.
We meet the third Saturday of each month. The third Saturday of each month.
What time and where?
We meet at 11 o'clock, and we meet at the Enterprise, Southwest Enterprise Center in room number 6.
Room number 6, okay.
Uh-huh.
Well, we only have a few more seconds, but we're going to have you come on and do an education special and talk about what we need to do as a community to support our minority principals and administrators and deans and teachers to make sure they don't quit and leave the area like I did. So thank you so much for coming on our show. That's our show for today. Thank you for tuning in. And next time we're going to be on, it's going to be the third Saturday. I think it's going to be the 16th. We got 2 special hosts, guests that are coming on. Stay tuned, and we'll see you next week.
Simple, sweet guitar. Simple, sweet guitar. Humbled by the bass. So when the beat kicks in, everything falls into place, and it overpowers me.